Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge. In the last episode, we headed north from Slateport City, making our way towards Mauville City, but we didn't quite get there because we had a lot of things that we had to do. We explored all of Route 110 and then even ran into our rival, once again, being Rival Brendan, in what I consider to be one of the hardest rival battles of any Pokemon game in existence. And I was certain that we would have our first death there. But luckily for us, Queen Finny and Busan took him down no problems at all, which is great. Should we had bad confusion luck, or if his combustion used focus energy turn 1 and then got crits with double kick, they both could have died. It's a really big toss-up fight. A lot of things can go wrong, but luckily nothing did. So before we leave Slateport City once and for all and actually make our way to Mauville City for real, I want to go ahead and buy something in the Pokemart here. It's really important because I think it's a beautiful thing. So in the Pokemart in Slateport City, you can buy mail with a Wingull on it. We have to have it, guys. You can buy Harbor Mail. This isn't Breeze Harbor Mail. Oh my god, that's beautiful. There's a realm in Spyro, which is our naming theme, called Breeze Harbor. And I could name a Wingull after a character from Breeze Harbor because of Harbor Mail. Don't let me forget this, guys! It's genius, and I've got a perfect one in mind. Gobble Artalo is actually from Breeze Harbor, so I think it'd be a cool name for a Wingull as well, if I remember anyways. But yeah, I need that mail for something other than the fact that it has a Wingull on it. Anybody that's played these games before knows why I'm buying it. And I'm really glad I remembered to get it before we left town, because it's always annoying to come back here just for that mail. And that mail is incredibly important for what we have to do in the longevity of this playthrough, because there's some things that we can get by using that mail that are just going to be unbelievably helpful. So either way, we do have some trainers up here. These guys are actually kind of scary. I believe they each have, this guy has a Nuzleaf and this guy has a Lombre or something like that. And it's definitely concerning. I mean, Busan would be great for both of them. So I mean, let's lead with Busan and hope things go okay here. Hopefully that is the Pokemon they have and I'm not misremembering. I'll fight the guy that I think has a Nuzleaf first. Could I see your Pokemon? Just one look, please. I didn't really hear the trainer battle music at first, so I was like, is this even a trainer? Like, I knew it was. It's Clucker Edwin. I knew it! I remembered! I knew his name was Edwin! Alright, he's got a Lombre. I know it like I said it the second it came on screen, but like, you could tell by the way I was saying it. I was remembering his name, and it's Edwin. Oh man, I'm proud of myself. Like, it's not, oh, I guessed his name. I remembered his name. I will admit to that. But yeah, he does have a Lombre and a Nuzleaf, it looks like. I don't remember what the other trainer has, though, because I could have swore that each of them had one of the other. But maybe they both have the same? I mean, I'm kind of recalling Whismur for some reason, but I don't know why that guy would have a Whismur. I don't know. One thing I do want to go ahead and talk about really quick is somebody in the comments pointed out something incredibly useful for our TM Thief that we got in the museum. And this is actually huge. The TM for Thief, I believe 46, in our bag is the most important item in the history of the channel. There's a reason for this. So if we go ahead and go take a look at Thief here, you can't really get anything with Thief because there's not very many wild held items. But this person pointed out the fact that Linoon holds citrus berries in the wild, which is obviously an incredible, crucial thing to have in a no-healing challenge. And since I can't plant citrus berries, I need a renewable source of them. So having somebody with Thief down the line, I could farm like 30 or 40 of them. It would take a long time, but it would be so good for this challenge. It's something I'll have to consider, but that move is most certainly important and cannot be wasted just sparingly because it's like not the greatest move or anything. It's actually the most important TM we'll probably get in this playthrough. Regardless, I don't remember what this guy, actually, he's a guitarist. Did I just save Finny and Busan's life? Did he do it? We'll find out because I'm gonna lead with Stella. Twitchy and Stella. Alright, full throttle time. You can't groove, you get left behind, my dude. Yeah, this guy's totally a guitarist. You can tell by the music. Tell by how he's talking. Dalton. Joseph. I thought it was going to be guitarist Dalton. He does have an electric type, so I'm very glad that I didn't leave those two in. I didn't mean to use Bullet Seed. I kind of pushed A too fast. That's fine. I was going to use Fake Out, but at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter. They don't get, they get static, so I mean, I could have paralyzed myself, so I guess it's going to use Thunder Wave anyways. No, I guess it wouldn't have been that bad if I led with if I led with Finny and Busan, because they don't get Spark until later on in their life, so I don't think it has an electric type attack at this point, meaning it wouldn't have been a problem anyways, but It is, you know, it's scary fighting electric type with those two, because down the line in this playthrough, should they still be here, every electric type we come across is going to have some form of electric type attack, most likely, meaning things could get incredibly sketchy very quickly. Now, I hate having a pair with a shared weakness, especially one that's as common as electric. But hopefully, they'll be alright, especially around this area. A lot of electric types reside around here because, you know, Watson is coming up being the electric type gym leader. And we've got Cycling Road, which is basically all electric types. We're going to need to use them as much as we can in areas that aren't Cycling Road and around here. Is there an item here? Yeah, there is. There's a revive. So, I mean, that's a little bit of money. Obviously, I can't use that in any shape or form. But it's items. Well, it's money. My bad, because I'll be able to sell it, and then I can buy some, you know, Pokeballs and stuff like that. Either way, here's a cyclist. I don't think this one has an electric type, but I know this one has an Abra. So, I mean, we can go ahead and fight with Basil and Farley. I almost said Faisal and Farley. I almost said Faisal and Barley again, which is funny because there's actually a name on the list that basically is Barley. So, I mean, I almost did name our starter after that guy, which is kind of funny. It would have been funny if I named it Barleycorn and Farley. I mean, Barleycorn is on the list, as sad as that is. Yeah, that's the thing, and you guys are all like, wow, he might end up naming a Pokemon Barleycorn. It's true. I don't like saying names on my list as much. Oh god, I forgot that these things have hidden power. It's always fighting, though, so no big deal. I believe it's always fighting in this generation. I know later down the line, like in Generation 4, every AI or trainer fight you run into with hidden power, it's always fighting because the IVs are always the same, but I don't know if that's the actual case in Emerald. It might be different every time, but I know it isn't like that in Generation 4 at least, so maybe it was the same here. Doesn't really matter. We won't run across very many things with hidden power, I'm guessing. I know Basil's a little weak here, but I'm still going to go ahead and fight. I'm only minus 4 HP, and I mean Farley. Oh, God. I can't say Basil and Farley together without saying, like, say Basil and Farley, and then Farley and Basil. Basil and Farley, Farley and Basil. Say that 10 times fast. You literally can't. Not a single person can do it. It's ridiculous. I would try, but I'm not going to spoil myself any further than I already have on the channel because it's pretty bad. You can go ahead and look at all my videos and see that I have absolutely ruined myself in every which way. But that's all right. You know, that's why you guys subscribed. I'm going to go for Fury Cutter here just because I know I'm not going to be able to do much damage to it in general. And if I keep up a Fury Cutter, I'll be able to take it out eventually. It's better than switching because Bite, unfortunately, isn't neutral against Steel in this generation. Meaning won't be doing that much. It'll still knock it out in like 3 or 2 hits or something, but Fury Cutter's fine. I don't feel like switching unless I get paralyzed. Or, I mean this, because my special defense is pretty low, but I don't think it has anything it could do to Basil. I'm not going to risk it. There's no reason to risk it. I'm just going to go ahead and let Farley come in and use Bite a couple of times and take it out, no problem. And I'm glad I didn't lead with Busan and Finny, because he does have an electric type. Most cyclists and most guitarists have electric type Pokemon. That just seems to be the case. Some guitarists have Whismur of all things. That might be why I was thinking of Whismur back there when I was thinking what that guy could have. Might have been like a subconscious thought a little bit. But yeah, some of them have Whismur because, you know, they're sound Pokemon and stuff like that. But, you know, Magnemite, Voltorb, stuff like that are normally like sound-based Pokemon, so they just happen to carry electric types a lot. The reason I always thought of it is because, you know, they might have an electric guitar. You know, they want to have somebody to help them with their electric guitar or something. I mean, electric-type Pokemon would really help with, like, a musician of some sort. That's why I never understood why Roxy had poison types. I mean, I guess it's kind of because, like, she might be, like, an emo girl a little bit, you know, dark and poison and stuff like that. But a big missed opportunity, honestly, making her the electric-type gym leader. I mean, they probably would have, but Elisa was the thing. They could have gotten rid of Elisa entirely, but I mean, there's probably a lot of Elisa fans out there. Personally, I'm not one of them. I'm a Skyla-type guy. But, you know, they need a flying-type gym leader. You don't need Elisa to be an electric-type gym... Alright, yeah, I'm getting too far down the path. I mean, poison makes sense. If you can't do electric, I guess poison would be kind of cool because, you know, they'd be, like, kind of like, you know, emo-type, rebel band members. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I know this guy actually has a Wailmer. It's pretty scary because... Yeah, I mean, Stella could do it, but I'm gonna let Twitchy do it because there's no reason not to. Wailmer's not something you would expect to fight at this point in the game. I believe May has one when you fight her on the bridge sometimes. I don't know why I'm thinking that. The Pokemon that May has is much different than the Pokemon that Brendan have. Actually, she's harder to fight than Brendan is, and I didn't know that. Had I known that, I would have made me have to pick the guy. I didn't realize that May was the only trainer that had a Torkoal. well, the only rival that had a Torkoal and you had to pick Torchic. It's really odd circumstances to have be met to have a harder rival battle. I mean, I would have allowed myself to pick Torchic if it would have made it so it would be harder. I didn't know that ahead of time, though, or I probably would have. And I believe May also has a Wailmer at some point instead of a Wingull, if I'm not wrong. I know she leads with it at some point. I don't know why I'm misremembering that, but I'm pretty certain that that's the case. Which, you know, Wailmer's pretty bulky. I say it would be harder to fight than a Wingull of all things. I know these ones aren't because they're only level 14, but if they were like level 18 and it was May's, they'd be pretty difficult. But Twitchy with Headbutt is absolutely tearing apart this guy's team. Twitchy with Headbutt and Silk Scarf is really, really good. And there's actually something that I really wanted to think about here. Like I said, Twitchy has a 1% chance to pick up a King's Rock. I believe now that he's level 20, I think it's a 2% chance. It might still be 1% chance, I'm not entirely sure. I want to take his Silk Scarf for a little bit. I want him to have a chance at getting a King's Rock, because if we could get a King's Rock, it would be godlike to have for Watson. I could use Headbutt and King's Rock and maybe hit Flinch Hacks his entire team down. And somebody in the comments did point out that he gets Mud Sport, which is a really unique attack and something that you never see anybody ever use. But that would be kind of wild if a strategy revolved entirely around Mud Sport of all things. And it's something I'd consider if I get a King's Rock. I know a Cherry Berry would be really important too, but I don't know. I think King's Rock, with my speed stat, I'd be able to flinch a lot of things with Headbutt, and I think that'd be really cool of a strategy. And I know you can get a King's Rock in Moss Deep City, but obviously that's an incredible distance away. But who knows, honestly? Maybe we'll get lucky, and while we train or something, or in the next few episodes, he'll pick up a King's Rock. That would be ideal, to say the least. So now that we are now in Mauville City, there's a couple things that we can do. As you saw, I picked up an item right there. It's not anything of importance. But if you come in this house, we can get a very important item. And this is actually why I wanted that Harbor Mail earlier on in the episode. She's like, if I had a bike, it'd be easy to cycle a Slateport for some shopping. I could buy Harbor Mail because I love Wingull so much. And she's like, oh, you have a Harbor Mail? Would you trade it for my coin case? Yeah, this is how you get the coin case in this game, which is really awesome. Because by having the coin case, we can now do gambling in Mauville City, which is very, very important. So before we go over to the game corner really quick, I do want to go ahead in this house, because this is where you get the TM, or the HM for Rock Smash. So I hear people call me the Rock Smash guy, but I find that sort of degrading. I think I deserve a bit more respect, like maybe the Rock Smash dude. Woohoo! Anyways, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get HM06 Rock Smash from the HM06, well, no, HM06 Rock Smash dude is even worse. We're gonna get it from the Rock Smash dude, because, you know, that's how he likes to be referred to, so we're gonna call him Dude. What's up, my guy? You gave us Rock Smash, I appreciate it. So who on the team can actually learn it? I'm not gonna teach it till it becomes absolutely necessary, and it's only 20 power in this generation, which is unfortunate. It would actually be great on Twitchy if it was like it is in Generation 5 with 40 or 50 power, I forget, because it would be great for his Magneton, but it's just a bad idea. It's a really bad move. I might teach it before Watson if I decide to use Twitchy and Stella, because, I mean, it would give me something against the Magneton. I believe it would be better off than using Headbutt of all things. But I wouldn't be able to flinch it a whole bunch then. I don't know. I'm going to think about my strategy a lot before we actually fight Watson. Who knows? Something could happen between now and then where we have a new Pokemon, so you never know. But coming in here, we can talk to Rydell. He's the bike shop guy. He's like, your running shoes are awfully filthy. You must have come from very far away. You know what I did? I came all the way from Little Root. Wow, that's so far, he says. If you had one of my bikes, you could go anywhere you want. And it's amazing. He's going to give me a bike. Think about it, guys. A free bike. Have you ever thought about it? It's amazing. So he can give you two bikes, the Acro bike or the Mach bike. This is annoying because I have to come back here and switch it a whole bunch. So I'm trying to think which one gives me the most immediate use. I don't believe we have a use for the Acro bike until after we beat Norman. I can't think of anything other than Mount Chimney, but we can just go around. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Mach bike to start off with. And one really cool thing is if you go ahead and register the bike in your key item so you can use it with Select, when you switch your bikes, the new one will automatically be selected as well, just like the last one was, so it doesn't make you have to keep re-registering them and everything. And now we have the bike. This is the best bike in any Pokemon game. I don't want to debate it. It's just so good. I love the speed behind this thing. It's awesome. So with that being said, now we can go ahead and go super, super duper fast like Sanic. And we can go ahead and check out the Mauville Game Corner. So this place is actually going to be incredibly useful, and it's also going to be really annoying because, well, I have to do a lot of gambling, and I don't really like the Emerald Game Corner. I like the roulette table, but it's not ideal. The slots, I believe, are better for getting coins. And this is going to be really hard because this is basically a necessity should I want to do well in this playthrough. Obviously, our Lombre Stella won't have any good attacks for the entire game, basically, or until she dies. So, we need a good move for her. We can get really good TMs at this game corner, and it'll be helpful for pretty much everybody on the team. So by talking to a whole bunch of people here in the game corner, they can give you different amounts of coins. I believe there might be coins. Oh, she gives me a Poké Doll. So she should give me a Trico doll because we started with Trico, which is really cool. We'll put that in our secret base when we decorate one. I will do one. I don't know if I'll do a whole bunch of it on screen, but I'll show it off and, you know, maybe we can do some cool things there. Who knows? I think that'd be kind of fun. But we'll definitely put some stuff in there. I'm not going to waste too much money on it, though, because, you know, we need our money for some things. But anyways, I believe that is all the coins I can get. Yeah, and there might be coins on the floor. I'm not going to look it up. These don't do anything. There's nothing in the trash. So if we go over to the Pokemon Game Corner table, she'll be like, this is the Game Corner where you're looking for coins. You can buy them. I'm not going to buy coins. It's way too much money. I'll gamble them to get it. I might buy some if I run out, but, you know, I'll try to not. So here's a whole bunch of TMs. There's TM 13 for Ice Beam. This is incredible for Stella. That's a really good attacking move. It's not stab, but it's going to help her out a great deal down the line. There's TM 24 Thunderbolt. I believe Twitchy can learn that. I believe a couple of my Pokemon might be able to. I'll definitely check before I actually go for anything. And you can get TM 35 Flamethrower. That's very important if we had Whismur on our team because Loudred gets Flamethrower and it would be great for the Magneton that Watson has. But unfortunately, nobody on the team can learn Flamethrower. We can also get TM 29 Psychic, which I believe a couple of our Pokemon might be able to get. And we can get TM 32 Double Team. Double Team's good, but it's not something I'm going to risk in a no healing challenge. It's not a good idea. And you can also buy some Poké Dolls here. They're kind of cool. I might. I'm probably not, though. I'm going to buy TMs with my money. So I guess we'll play one round at the roulette table really quick. So you can place your wager with the control pad and then press the A button. So I'm thinking we're going to do... Can you do 2? No, you can only do a row or 1. And if you hit the 1, say I put 1 down on Skitty, my coins get times by 12. But if I do a row, it only get times by 4. And if I do a big row down here, I'll only get times 3. So ideally, you want to hit on putting 1. So like if I put 1 right here, it'll be Azurill on the yellow. So I'm going to go with a row of Makuhita. Why not? We'll put 1 coin down on a row of Makuhita. Obviously, this takes too much time to be actually worth it, but I think the roulette table is kind of fun. Unfortunately, we lost. It hit the purple. Why not? So if we put something right there, we would have got a whole bunch. Let's do one more. Let's try this Skitty. The green Skitty. The teal Skitty, I would say. All right, come on. Big money, big money, big money. Oh, we did it! That's cool. So we got times 12 on our bet, and we hit the jackpot, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much that actually gives us. I think it gives us 12. Yeah, we got 12 coins, so it's obviously not really worth it. I don't know. I'll look into it when I do this, and I'll definitely be doing this off screen. It won't be in training montages. This is something I'll do and relax when I've got free time, because I can't find anything extraordinary here or anything. So I'll just grind those up off screen, just because it takes too much time. So with that being said, we've got a little bit of a battle coming up. It's no big of a battle, but I mean, we can do it with Farley. And because Wally is one of our rivals in my mind, we will have a little fight scene for him, even though it's really dinky. So if we come up to the gym and talk to Wally, he's like, Uncle, I want to challenge the gym and see how much better I become. Please, can I? Wally. Since you started living with us and your Pokemon, you have grown quite a lot stronger, but don't think you're going to push it and challenge a gym, okay? He says if he can combine forces with his Ralts, he can beat anyone. It's not even a Curlia yet. Are you serious, Wally? He's like, oh, Bianca, I've gotten a lot stronger since we first met. I want you and my uncle to understand that. Please, will you have a battle with me, Bianca? You know what? We will. Bianca, thank you. All right, here I come. And I guess this is the first rival battle against rival and Pokemon trainer Wally. He's not much of anything right now because all he has is his Ralts. But I still consider it a fight that's worth showcasing. So, Ralts is going to be level 16. It has nothing that it can actually do to Farley, as its only attacking move, I believe, is Confusion. So we're going to go ahead and bite that little Ralts just a little bit and knock it on out. You're not ready for no gym yet, Wally. I'm going to struggle with this gym. You're most certainly not ready. But that's okay. I think it's cool, regardless. He gets definitely a lot harder down the line. Oh, Uncle, I'll go back to Verdant Turf. Thank you, Bianca. Being a trainer's tough. It's not enough just to have Pokemon make them battle. That isn't what being a trainer's about. Yeah, it isn't. There's a lot more that goes into it, and you'll learn that soon enough. And his uncle's going to go ahead and thank us. You must be the trainer who kept an eye out for Wally when he caught his Pokemon. Why don't you visit our home in Verdanturf sometime? I'm sure Wally would enjoy it greatly. Yeah, we will. We'll go ahead and check you guys out, probably this episode. And then here comes Scott. He's always stalking us. He's like, I was watching that match. You're friends with that boy, and you crushed his dreams. I love it. I know. I love it too, Scott. I'm glad you're cheering for me. I'm always cheering for my boy Scott. So we're not actually going in the gym yet. That would be silly. But one thing I do want to point out before we leave Mauville, if you talk to this fat guy right here, he's like, did you know Pokemon can go a long way in a direction without changing a direction? It means they're rolling out. Do you want your Pokemon to roll out too? My Queen Finny already can, but I want to see what other Pokemon are super fat on our team. Is anybody fat? Twitchy's fat, guys! Oh, it's beautiful. No. But yeah, our Queen Finny's super duper fat. That's a one-time teach move tutor right there. I'll probably never teach it, but there might be a situation where I want it. Who knows? We'll save it just in case. And here we are on Route 117. So there are some things that we can do here, especially by getting a Pokemon. So the first thing I want to point out is this is where the daycare is. It was brought to my attention that I can delete HMs with the daycare. I'm not going to allow it. I mean, I could. It's not that I'm not allowing it. I just don't want to do it. I'm not going to bother with it. So we're going to go ahead and skip all these trainers and get ourselves an encounter. There's actually only two things I can get here, and they're both the Fireflies of the route, Illumise and Volbeat. Obviously, Illumise is much more common at an 18%. Volbeat is a 1% encounter. It is a literal 1 in 100 find. So I'm probably going to get Illumise. I'm going to cut to my encounter probably if it takes a little bit. And I'll see you guys back here when I get an Illumise. So my encounter for Route 117 is going to be... Alright guys, it only took like 5 or 6 encounters, but like I said, we were going to get an Illumise. There was really no way around it. I would have loved to get a Volbeat. They're better in my opinion. They get Signal Beam upon level up, which is one of my favorite moves, and it's a really good stab bug type move for them to have. But unfortunately, we do get stuck with Illumise. That's fine. I wanted a Firefly. They're really cool, and I could have waited to get a Corphish here, because now that I've gotten my encounter here, I'll never be able to get a Corphish. That's alright though. I'm fine with Illumise, and I doubt I'll catch it right away, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and weaken it with Tackle. I'd be really sad if I knock this thing out. I know now with Charm I could tackle it again, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to try and throw a couple Pokeballs at this, and hopefully this first Great Ball we throw will stick. Alright guys, that was fairly annoying to catch, but luckily we got it. It was the first time a Pokemon really put up a fight to be caught, so I guess I can't be mad about it. Alright, Illumise is the Firefly Pokemon, a nocturnal Pokemon that becomes active upon nightfall. It leads a Volbeat swarm to draw patterns in the night sky. Over 200 different patterns have been confirmed. So as you guys know, I have a naming theme for this playthrough, and it is anything but main characters in the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy. I'm gonna check my list for a name for this Illumise, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, I've got a name for this Illumise. So as you guys know, Busan on our team is named after a Firefly. In the realm of Spyro 3, there's a realm in Spyro 3 called Spooky Swamp, and it's inhabited by Fireflies. Now there are no female Fireflies, and that's okay. I would name it after Busan's brother Basho, which I thought would be kind of cool because, you know, it's a lover Pokemon, you know, they're kind of bashful. I think that'd be a cute name for her, but I'm actually going to go with something a little bit different and a little bit more unique. So there's a mini boss in Spyro 3 in the realm of Spooky Swamp that I really like the name of, but I don't know if it fits Illumise greatly. But then I was thinking, okay, Basho and Busan, it's a side quest. You're supposed to escort them to the end of a path, and then you get a Dragon Egg. I'm gonna go ahead and name this Illumise after the Dragon Egg that you get from leading Basho to the end of his path. And the name of the dragon that hatches from that egg, and the name I'm giving this Illumise is Peggy. We have Peggy the Illumise, which it's a female name, so I don't see why it doesn't fit. And it's a reference to Basho and Busan. So we have Peggy the Illumise. Let's go check her out. Alright guys, in the PC we have Peggy our Illumise, and we can go ahead and check her out and put her in the female box. She has a calm nature with Oblivious. I don't remember if she has another nature, but she's gonna be great. She has Charm and Moonlight, which are two incredible moves to have in a challenge like this. So should we ever need her on the team, she's going to be one heck of a force. Alright, we have Peggy the Illumise. Alright guys, after catching Peggy, we do want to go ahead and clear out Route 117 here. I believe we still have Farley up front. Yeah, we do. Alright, I think we can go ahead and fight this triathlete with, now I almost said Peggy. We can fight this triathlete with Farley because I believe all he has is a Doduo. You can normally count on triathletes that are running on the ground to have one Pokemon and they'll always be a Doduo. That tends to be the theme with these guys. It's normally that case. Triathletes in the water might have something different, I forget. I'm sure they don't have a Doduo, of all things. But we can go ahead and bite this thing a couple times, probably take it out in one shot. 2 shots. I mean, a couple times would be 2 shots after all. And that's it for Doduo. And that's going to get Farley level 21. I almost fought one of the wild Pokemon while I was running around looking for Peggy. And honestly, oh god, the name Peggy's really, really great. That's a great joke. One of the dragon eggs in the realm of Spooky Swamp is named Homer. And then there's one named Peggy as well. So I think that might be a reference to The Simpsons and the King of the Hill. I think Peggy might actually be a direct reference to King of the Hill, just simply because there's one named Homer. Oh, there's a Firefly named Homer. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing, I suppose. If I caught Volbeat instead, I probably would have named Volbeat Basho, just because, a male and it's bashful. I thought that would have been, because it likes Illumise quite a bit. I thought that would have been a cute name, but unfortunately we did have to go ahead and get Illumise. But Illumise is probably better for this type of challenge because it gets Moonlight and stuff like that. Either way, we've got a double battle coming up here. I guess we'll go ahead and do it with, not Twitching Stella. I know it has a Makuhita, so we're going to do it with Finny and Busan. It's the only thing that makes sense because I know one of them has a Makuhita. So let's go ahead and fight these two. Meg and, what's the other one? Meg, I don't remember. I love how I just said Homer, Peggy, and then there's Meg and Anna. Meg. Shut up, Meg and Anna. Yeah, it's good. All right, anyways, Finny and Busan should be able to take out Makuhita and Zigzagoon perfectly here. We'll be able to go ahead and just water gun the Zigzagoon, I suppose, and then gust the Makuhita. It'll probably take 2 shots for each of them, but we'll be able to take them out just fine. Our levels are really good for this point in the game, obviously, because these guys want to be decently low level, so you're all right for Watson. And after fighting all these guys, after fighting the guys of the East of Mauville, the Wind Strait family, and the Cycling Road, I think we'll be at the perfect level limit for Watson without even having to barely train at all, which would be perfect. I'm not looking forward to training. I hate training. I don't actually hate training. I say that sometimes just when it takes a really long time. It's not actually that bad. I kind of like it, but it depends on how long it's going to take and how long then it's going to be till I have to get the next video out. It's hard to say, but I think it'll be alright to train for Watson. It shouldn't be too much training. It might be the shortest one of the series so far, which is always good. So this guy right here is a breeder. Breeders always have 6 Pokemon, and you want to be able to sustain yourself a bit. I'm going to do it with Basil and Farley. They don't share any weaknesses, so Basil and Farley should be able to do it just fine. And I guess I'll go ahead and heal up with a Soda Pop really quick, or a Super Potion. It doesn't actually matter, just so everybody's fully healed, because it's going to be like a bigger fight, because there's a lot of Pokemon that we want to make sure we'll make it through just fine. So there's another breeder on the other side of this route, too. They either have 5 or 6 Pokemon, I forget how many, it might be 6. Yeah, they have 6, but they're really weak. As you can see, Whismer's level 11 here. But in a challenge where you can't heal, these guys could actually end up stacking up on you pretty hardcore. That's why Fury Cutter is probably a risk if it ends up missing. But if it doesn't, I'll be able to sweep through Pokemon a lot easier than I would if it is to miss. So, or if I were to use something else. So hopefully I hit right here. Otherwise, Uproar is going to be unfortunate. All right. So hopefully we can just hit twice more, and that'll be 2 free knockouts in 1 shot, unless he has Air on next. Or Taylor. Why did I stay in? I didn't mean to push that. Uh-oh. All right, I got to switch. I would stay in. I know we're going to lose the Fury Cutter, but I mean, we'd lose a lot more than that if we stayed in. I don't think Taylor could one-shot me, but it would deal a lot of damage to Basil that's completely unnecessary. And I mean, this was completely unnecessary damage on Farley as well, since I had to do a switch in that I wouldn't have had to do if I just would have switched out, but I kind of went a little too quick, not thinking that there would be a Taylor in our way. But that's all right. We took it out, no problems at all. And I know he does have a... Makuhita is actually kind of deadly because it might have Arm Thrust. I know he has an Aeron, I believe. Either he does or the other guy does. I think, well, the girl does. I think the girl might, because this guy's a Makuhita. I mean, he might only have 1 Pokemon from Granite Cave, and then the other girl has 1 Pokemon from the Granite Cave. Luckily, Makuhita went for Focus Energy here, so I don't get to be hit with anything before we take it out. So it's going pretty well. I don't think this fight will be a problem. I just wanted to be kind of serious about it, because it can prove pretty deadly if you don't get very good luck, or if you lead with a bad pair. or a pair that's kind of weaker than your level right now. Like if I had a new pair and they're level 15, I'd be like, oh, I can do it because they're higher level, and you know, it could get out of hand really quickly because there's so many Pokemon, it's like an endurance match. And since I can't heal, it's a pretty big endurance match to say the least. And if you can't one-shot everything, that's like at least getting hit once or twice by every single Pokemon that they have, which can actually cause prove fatal fairly quick. And this guy does have an Aeron. I could have swore one of these two did, and maybe the other one does as well. I don't remember what the other one has. It's kind of a slow fight, and there's a lot of Pokemon, but I'm not going to skip it or anything unless like it's a joke. But it should be fine. It's not like it's a Magikarp trainer. They all have pretty unique Pokemon, and they can all prove pretty deadly, like I said. Like, this Aeron has Headbutt. Should that crit me right there? And then the Akahita had used Arm Thrust. Things could have gotten pretty sketchy. I mean, we have Farley, so, I mean, I would have been able to switch out for the Aeron, but I just went into Basil so I could heal myself with Absorb and not have it be resisted by Bite, because Bite, like I said, is not neutral against Steel in this game. That didn't happen until Generation 6, unfortunately. But that's fine. We can go ahead and Quick Attack Poochyena, take it out one shot, and that'll be it for the first breeder, Isaac. I wonder if the other girl is Breeder Magdalene. I think that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I know she's not, but if she is, that'd be kind of hilarious, because this came out way before The Binding of Isaac did. Well, I mean, the game. I mean, I believe Mary Magdalene was still a thing, obviously, in history, but that'd be kind of cool, actually. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and put Twitchy and Stella up for the next one. I'm going to go ahead and fight the Triathlete with Twitchy, and then I can do the Breeder with Twitchy and Stella. I was going to talk to the little boy. I love what the little boy says. His line is one of my favorite lines in any Pokemon game ever, and it's just so simple, but it just goes to show how pure some kids can be. I love that little kid's line. It's absolutely hilarious. I wonder if we can one-shot this Doduo with a Headbutt. I think we can. Oh, we don't have the Silk Scarf anymore, so no, we can't. We did! Twitchy, you might be geeky, you might be nerdy, but you are really, really competent. I love Linoon. I really would like to see Twitchy go really deep in this playthrough. Who knows? I believe in him. I definitely do, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. So you talk to this little kid, he's just like, the air is tasty here. This kid is my friend growing up, Ben. My friend Ben was an interesting individual. He was. He liked to lick the air. I've told the story of Ben many times in my past, but Ben wasn't. I mean, these two do share Bug as a weakness. I said they don't. Wow, a lot of my team's weak to Bug. I mean, we'll leave Twitchy up front for this guy then, I guess. But my friend Ben was an interesting specimen. I loved Ben. He was a great kid. He loved Pokemon as well. But he would sit in class and, like, face his head up towards the ceiling and just lick the air. He'd sit there and stick his tongue out and he'd just lick the air all day. And you'd be like, Ben, you're licking the air again. And he's like, I know. And, like, he'd know that he wasn't supposed to be doing it just because it's strange. That he'd acknowledge it when you talk to him and be like, I know, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean it. And he's just like, it snaps him out of a trance, like, the air, and it's tasty! It's like that little kid that we just talked to. It always reminded me of Ben. Ben had a lot of funny stories. He was a great kid. One time, we were in class, and, you know, he got in trouble because he ran into the classroom and slid on his butt on the floor, and then he ran into the teacher's desk and knocked everything off of her desk. You know, teacher wasn't very happy about this. She's like, Ben, you get a detention, and you have to sign a detention slip. And he literally couldn't spell his last name right. The kid, like, I'm serious. It was like this whole fiasco. He ended up getting so much more trouble because the teacher thought he was messing around. He genuinely forgot how to spell his last name. It was one of the highlights of my 5th grade career. It was absolutely incredible. I know he was telling the truth because, I mean, that's Ben! But I haven't talked to Ben for so long. It was a great kid. I wonder if he still plays Pokemon, honestly. Plot twist, Ben's watching this, and he's like, I didn't know this was Jarrett. No, I was like, you couldn't possibly. I mean, everybody calls me Corm, so who knows. All right, this is a triathlete woman, so we're going to go ahead and stop her right here and fight her with Twitchy. I know Twitchy's not healed up or anything like that, but I mean, all she's going to have is a Doduo, so we should be able to take it out in one shot. Regardless, like the last Doduo that we fought, unless this one happens to be a little bit stronger. Somehow, I don't really know. Twitchy, you're getting kind of close to the level limit, my buddy. I mean, level limit's 24, and we've got quite a bit of trainers to fight. I might have to do the Windstraight House upon leaving Mauville. I might save that till that and do the Cycling Road and stuff next episode. I don't know. Is this a triathlete as well? No, this is a Battle Girl. That's actually bad, because she's probably got a Meditite. She does have a Meditite. We don't want to stay in, because it probably has a fighting type attack. I mean, Stella should be able to fight a Meditite, no problems at all. And if it goes for Bide, I guess we can go ahead and use something to, like, boost our stats. I don't know what Stella has. I don't think she has anything like that. No, I just went for Meditate, which is scary if it does have a physical move. I can't think of Meditite getting any fighting type attacks. Maybe? I mean, they're weak to Astonish, but I mean, Bullet Seed probably going to do a whole bunch more damage, so we're going to go for Bullet Seed. Yeah, Bullet Seed, take it out. Come on, Stella, hit 5 times like you do. It's just something you do you're good at. Never mind, you hit twice. That's okay. And I thought all it would have is Confusion. That's fine. Yeah, let's go Astonish. I want to see how much it would do. I'm just curious. Yeah, that's enough. I know it's super effective, but Astonish is an incredibly weak attack. I thought Bullet Seed would do so much more damage. Unless it only hits twice, of course, but she wasn't a problem at all. We fought Battle Girl Aisha Tyler right there. All right, we got one more trainer until we have to fight the breeders. So I don't know what this girl could possibly have. Actually, I think she has a Ralts. I think you girl Finny. Queen Finny hasn't fought today. Queen Finny needs to enjoy the good fresh air and have a nice old battle outside of her Pokeball. And she does have a Psychic-type Pokemon. I thought she was a Psychic. And I think she has a Ralts. I highly doubt she has a Curlia. We just fought Wally and he didn't have a Curlia. Yeah, she just has a Ralts. Level 17. So, I mean, it's stronger than Wally's Ralts was, which is absolutely ridiculous. You think your rival at this point in the game would have something great. I think the whole moral of that story is he's just started out. He's not very good yet, but when you see him later down the line, he's literally evolved so much, and it proves for an amazing rival battle, and I can't wait to fight him there. That's such a fun fight. I'm looking forward to it a lot, but obviously that's not until, like, almost the finale of the series. We have a long way to go. We haven't even fought the third gym leader yet. We haven't had a death yet. I'd say we're doing really good, but when we fight Watson, that's when our team starts to fall apart. But it's all right. I think the team's done very well for what they've had dealt so far, and this is a rare candy right here. If the game won't interrupt me with, it's not? There's a rare candy here. I know there is. I'm not to be fooled. Are you serious? There's not? I feel gypped. I'm storming out. Dang it! As I was saying, I'm storming off in disgust. Is this my rare candy? It's a Great Ball. I mean, it replaces one of the Great Balls we caught Peggy with. Why did I name her Peggy? What have I done? I just, like, literally asking for absolute, like, explosion in the comments. He named a Pokemon Peggy! It's funny! No, the other name was Michelle. That's the egg that, that's the name that, of the egg that Busan brings back. So, it was either, Michelle or Peggy. And I think Peggy's a little bit more unique than Michelle. Michelle with one L, mind you. I don't know why anybody spells Michelle with one L. I know my girlfriend's mom's name is Michelle, and it's spelled with one L, but she don't spell it with one L. She spells it with two L's, because who would spell it with one L? It's a dumb spelling. Even she agrees, which is something interesting I found out. But hey, you know what I mean? That's how I'd do it. I wouldn't spell my name with that. It's like Jarrett with one T. Who does that? Who would do that to a poor child? My name's Jarrett with two T's. And who does Jarrett with two R's? That's just dumb. I've seen so many Jarretts, Jarrett. Why unnecessary letters? There's no need. Two T's to end it, one R in the middle. That's how it should be. I don't understand parents and their naming problems. We've been over this before. I mean, I did name Pokemon Peggy a few minutes ago, so I mean, I'm not much one to talk. I mean, I'm sorry and I apologize greatly to all of you out there who happen to be named Peggy, all none of you. But you understand. And let me say, Peggy looks like a good name. She's like, oh, one thing I never talked about with the Fireflies. This is gonna, like, change the outlook of Busan entirely. Remember how I was saying Busan, he talks like a this, and he's like, my Queen Finnae. Well, also, one thing I never pointed out is everybody in the spooky swamp realm in Spyro 3, they talk in haiku. That's something that I've always found incredible. It's one of my favorite realms in the game, just because it's so interesting how everybody that talks in that realm speaks in haiku. And what's hilarious about this is I actually did a lot of my English homework from that realm in the 8th grade. The teacher would be like, all right, it's time to write haikus for the month. And then every week you had to turn in a haiku. And I got A++, 100% on every one of them I turned in, because they don't know it's plagiarism, because she's not going to look up that and then like, oh, Spyro, what is this? It's like, I did haikus based off of Spyro. I just talked to somebody, like I'd go talk to Busan and he'd be like, I went to boom again. And I'd turn that in, it's like, A+! I'm blowing up the homework, guys! It's great. Literally was the highlight of my high school career. Being able to play Spyro and say it's for homework. Literally was amazing. Oh, Mom, I'm just doing Spyro because there's haikus on here and it's my homework. Okay. Nobody cared. I get all my homework done like that. I do not condone. If you guys have to write haikus, it's simple. 5-syllable line, 7-syllable line, 5-syllable line. It's literally the easiest poem you can write. Don't cheese it. It's a joke. They're fun. I will talk in a haiku right now. I'm gonna embarrass myself on the spot. Busan is great. He uses absorb and knocks out. Meryl falls to the ground. I'm literally a god! No, it wasn't actually a haiku because, like, I believe they each have to be sentences and I kind of cut Meryl off into the third line. But it counts because I tried my hardest. I want everybody in the comment section to write me a beautiful haiku about the team. Everybody that's gotten to this point, write a haiku about the team, please. I'm going to tell you guys one. The team is so great. They all fight with their best and always win the fight. Oh! I'm just literally... who's coming out next? I didn't see. Is it a Shroomish? I should pay attention to the video. It's a Skitty. Yeah, right. All right. No, but yeah, I'm literally amazing at the haiku. I always liked poetry growing up. Like, I was one of those weird kids that liked English class. Nobody seemed to like it, but English was probably one of my favorites. Spelling was my favorite class. So that's not actually a class. That's in English Clash. Oh, no. English Clash of Clans, everybody. No, but, like, seriously. Write a haiku, please. If you guys didn't know what a haiku is and just learn what a haiku is, go surprise your mom and be like, Mom, I know what a haiku is, and then tell her a haiku about how great of a job she is at being a parent. Ungrounded immediately. If you happen to be grounded, don't be grounded. It's not good. Anyways, with all that being said, we have reached Verdant Turf Town, and there's not too much to do here, but I know we can go in the Granite Cave. There's a couple trainers in there. We can get ourselves the black glasses, which would be really good for Farley, and we can even go back to Wally's uncle's house and go ahead and talk to Wally once again. Speaking of, Wally did call me off screen and gave me his phone number. Didn't feel like it was necessary to point out because, I mean, who cares about getting Wally's phone number? Literally anybody could do it. All you gotta do is look at him and say hello, and he's like, phone number, please. You know, because he's kind of geeky a little bit. Kind of like Twitchy. Regardless, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like Pokemon Emerald, feel free to subscribe. In the next episode, we're going to explore all of Verdant Turf Town, go back inside the Rust Earth Tunnel. Then we're going to head east to Mauville, fight those trainers, and then take on all of Cycling Road in preparation for taking on Watson in the episode after that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching!